So the Eagles hired their sixth wide receiver coach since 2015. Maybe, just maybe at some point, we have to realize it's not better coaches that we need, but better players.
Still the cowboy, Mr. McLean. You Americans are all alike. But this time, John Wayne doesn't walk into the sunset with Grace Kelly.
Scary Cooper, asshole.
Oh, Diva! Oh, shit! Oh, shit! That was crazy!
Happy trails, Hans. Dallas still stinks. Yo, everybody, how you doing? King Dingbat here. So the Eagles finally hired a wide receiver coach, and we're going to get into it in a second. But before we do that, I haven't spoken to my man LB in a while. I want to know who he's going to nominate for our draft board. Hey, yo, LB, you doing? Hey, who you nominating today?
Yeah. Yo, Philly, what up? So, this has been a problem that's really been plaguing me. The Philadelphia Eagles, as far as punt return yards go, have been really trash, in my opinion. I think we're like the fifth or sixth worst in average of punt return yards. So I think that this guy right here can also be an asset at punt return as well as the wide receiver position. Yes, I'm talking of Jalen Reagor, TCU Horned Frogs. Yeah, I'm talking to that dude right there. I think he got the speed, he got the quicks, he got the size. Let's look at him real quick. You know what I mean? He got the total package. He could catch. He could run the ball. He could do a lot of stuff, man. Not run the ball. He could catch. He could return punts. You know what I mean? He fumbled a few punts in college, but I think that this guy is a guy who can be used in multiple ways. Now we need at least one of these type of wide receivers who could change the game in the passing game, which he can, and also a guy that could change the game in punt return, which he can, and he can learn from one of the greatest punt return guys ever wore Eagles green, and Deshaun Jackson. Let me know what you think.
I like it, LB. I like it. Jalen Reagor. I've heard a lot of good things about him. Now, I haven't been able to watch him yet. He's like in my next batch of tapes of guys to watch. He's going to be in it. I can't wait to see him. Heard a lot of good things, and I cannot wait to discuss this draft board with LB because it's going to be fun. It's going to be cool to see what we agree with, what we don't agree with, and I'm looking forward to it. But another wide receiver is on the draft board for good reason. The wide receiver is it's a deep position and a huge need for the Eagles. And that kind of leads me right into this point of this video. The Eagles finally hire a wide receiver coach. Finally, after looking, and maybe it's Hines Ward, maybe it's this guy, maybe it's all these guys, they finally get somebody. And let me say this. This is going to be the sixth wide receiver coach since 2015. Sixth wide receiver coach since 2015. And I got to say this, and it wouldn't be fair if I did it. Maybe at some point, it ain't the wide receiver coaches that are the problem. Maybe it's the players aren't that good. Maybe we're not doing a good job drafting wide receivers. Do you realize Greg Lewis was just a wide receiver coach for the Eagles? He was let go, went to Kansas City. They just won a Super Bowl. So maybe it's not the coaches as much as it's you're not getting the right wide receivers in. You're not bringing in the right wide receivers. Maybe that's what's going on. I mean, truth be told, okay? Because, Howie Roseman has a history of not drafting good wide receivers. This is why I say you got to trade up for one of the top three guys. You can't mess around. You have to get a sure thing because there's no guarantees that he's going to draft the right guy. But the Eagles are going to hire their sixth wide receiver coach since 2015, and that's Aaron Moorehead. Now, Aaron Moorehead is a former player. He was an undrafted free agent with the Indianapolis Colts, played there I think till 2007. Won a Super Bowl with them. Then he went into coaching in college. He spent a few years in New Mexico and at Stanford. He eventually was at Texas A&M from 2015 to 2017. He got a lot of credit for developing Christian Kirk. You remember Christian Kirk? Good receiver with Arizona. I liked him coming out of college. He got a lot of credit for developing him. Then he was at Vanderbilt the last few years, developed some guys there, got a lot of credit for that. One of the guys posted, record numbers at Vanderbilt for a wide receiver. So he gets a lot of credit for developing these young college players. And I guess the Eagles are bringing him in. See, can he develop Ortega-Whiteside? Can he develop a Greg Ward? Can he help those guys? We'll see. We'll see. I don't know. I don't know what to expect. It sounds like this is his first professional gig as a wide receiver coach in the NFL. So we're going to have to wait and see. But Eagles hire a wide receiver coach, Aaron Moorehead. I was hoping for Hines Ward. Didn't work out. And we're going to see where this goes. He did develop some guys in college. I'm not in love with this. I'm not hating it. I'm more wait and see. We'll see what he does. We'll see what he does. But more importantly to me, who are the Eagles going to draft? Who are they going to bring in? Are you going to bring in quality that can be developed and shaped into something really good in the NFL? Give this kid, Aaron Moore, give him something to work with. You know what I mean? Give him some receivers that can be developed, because I don't think they've done a good job with that over the last few years. That's why you bring in Alshon Jeffrey. You bring in Deshaun Jackson, because your young guys aren't developing. You're not developing, bringing in young talent at the wide receiver position. So it's all connected as far as I'm concerned. Now, this is a big day for me because I'm hoping the Sixers, not to change the subject, but I'm hoping the Sixers make a big trade today. I'm hoping that they make a big trade. I know they made a trade earlier. I'm going to talk about that later. I'm just hoping that there'll be one more shoe to drop, a big shoe, before we start talking about it. So possibly look for a video on the Sixers that come out later today. God, I would love it. I mean, we need scoring. We need scoring. I miss Jimmy Butler. I did not want him to go, but that's a whole different thing. The other thing I want to say real quick, I want to know what you guys would want. Obviously, the Eagles video, was it All or Nothing, is coming. I think it's coming out tomorrow. Would you like me to review that as like the whole series at once, or would you like me to review per episode? Maybe per couple episodes? How would you like me to do that? How should I handle it? I could review per episode, or I could just watch the whole thing and then tell you what I think. Let me know in the comment section. With that said, I'll let you guys go. Take care. Talk to you later. And don't be a dingbat.